I'll go 8 o'clock on.
Was Natasha going to start off?
Sure. Natasha? Okay, so just a sec. I'm going to start the recording and we need to also start the webinar. So I'm going to start the webinar and then start recording and then Natasha, you go. Okay, so I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, start webinar.
Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's comfortable. I hope everybody had the supper. It is Natasha, along with Victoria and Ron and Janet. Ruth, along with Marie and Loy, and can't make out all the faces. I'm sorry. Anyway, I hope everybody settled in for the evening and is comfortable. Happy winter solstice, and over to you. Okay, never mind. Not over to you, Ron.
I think you went to get the smudge. I think so, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You see me running out. She was going to turn it over to you and oh, okay, not yet.
Did you go well?
Welcome back. Welcome back. Over to you, Ron.
Bonjour. Maintenant, puis, il peut questionner que nous avons pu on peut smudge the much time. Smart can be this. Want je weet maar hoe men dan gaat, want dan niet. Ik is ook eens een karing ook, want dan niet. Ik had je. You know that with you. And how to say me solstice in the language somebody out there that knows how.
Ich bin weekend dan. Jim contact Monday, winter solstice.
Met mijn peel, maar de maat staan op, maar dan niet. Hoe de badgeman in. Nog snel, joh, hebben ze hebben ze niet naar West-Korea gekeken. Mis mijn peel, maar wanneer, dan weet ik morgen hier zit dan pim ze gegen, want dat was waar ik die aan je nek in, wat naast me aan. Mijn show is zo, dus ik ga denken. Mijn show. Mijn show. Het is een kanaal, het over dat dan. Mijn show is zak, mijn show is nou, hoe je had ik kunnen, we zien ook.
Nindwen Dognak. Family, my relatives, Nindwen Dognak. Wampi Wabadang Nikea, Squandem, as a much time, being the game within Nikea. We show you a what you go Benogina, Benogista. One P, what do you say, middle? Middle, how do you say middle? The middle. Middle, how do you say middle? Ninji, Nanami? Yeah, okay. Nin man pinda. Wishman P. Benojin stuck. Bagida'waad. Gwis, Donis, no shack.
With a son, Thomas, and daughter.
No shack. No shack, grandchildren.
Grandchildren. No shame. You just won't be able to, won't be in the game. What's gonna be Monday?
Dinnerwema, isn't it? Dinnerwema.
The women. Sister.
You know, there's being,
Dinnerwema is not the same to me, it means you're related.
you're related,
Yeah,
your bloodline,
Dinnerwema.
didn't my mom.
Okay, yeah.
What was she one?
We kind of all my relations or something, my relatives.
Yeah.
Is it brother? Oh, yeah. We kind of. United Union brother.
Okay.
Yeah, Shima,
Shema.
She married,
sister.
Shema.
she married. Boris Minagi Jane. No shame,
Mhm. No, Jean.
no shame, no shame.
No, Shisha.
Yeah, his uncle.
Dan.
Then, Dodo, Nos,
Dodo. Gasha.
yes. There's one there that's real close that, no shame. And then, no shame, your grandchildren, no shame. And then Auntie Ray, Nos,
Oh, okay.
no shame,
Okay.
Auntie.
So that'd be, okay. Yeah, right here, right?
Mm.
No, Jean. No, Jean.
Yeah, okay, well,
Okay.
enough stop. Okay, well, don't let that, don't put it out,
Yeah, just
let
let
it
it burn.
burn.
Oh, okay. It was, that's why I'm relighting
Mm.
it. Mishkna.
Don't.
Misha, oder? Mishomis, Miganokamis.
Mm. You've been,
And when done.
basic nango ginda zime go. Mabana no share. Donis is the cause Kio and Noji. He was wish
Chinokamis.
Chinook.
Chinokamis, Maba.
Yeah, Chinook was my no muscle. Chinook muscle mama.
Chimoshomus over there. Chinokamis, great grandmother. Yeah.
Znat też czego dzina lubiłam da. Pionisz na weki do ba Navajo. Na jego Apaches. No knap kino readik. Michoni abdek nish na be job jitwin. Nish na be min. Ni goyo kish mat zingok yo. Ni gan jma jish kangok. Abjito sunni gujin gunagok. Pion gunag kina win gunagzing. Pion win gunagzing and ish one joebok. Kujing the shoda na win. Tikok sagi yak is the kazot. Gish not. You got tigyo. Sagi yak. And gish not. Ashuna every joebok den endam. Up to go gijing. Ukskauk. Tikok. Ni mother ke goge ni gan king ni joebok. You know, but we talk single kill. Mich na gehen mit. Is it must saying on Pimego, Anishinaabemowin. Since just among you women. Kai jobs to someone didn't need a gnash you. Kai would have been das, the bendax no mon pio. Ni pin, I can give out some pin. Jibak quick, Jibak quick. When on Purision would maybe think number. Michelle, Anthony, Bushka, the Tom. When Peter, she's young, maybe then, yeah. The only you should have watched.
Mish Geni Dodom Ayayan Nokmis Genin Dao Shina Vidya Danis Mishkash go Gimajawat yo Dedem Miga Dodom Meljaban Gimajawak Nidoke Yawak Mish Gim Winwa Gi can Panagi Gigadawak Panagi Anishinaabemowin and Diane Mishgani Gidop the Manyo. Znaktono Gogani Panagi Gishpin Wigigadiano Kapana Yasiwea Wagigadat and the Nikia Mishman P. Ashbijayan Janon Man Mandanishnabemowin Migagad Jagajitoyan Gani when we Gigadian Mish. Dodo Miga Dedem, Miga Mishom, Miga Nokmis, the Bagida'waad Nin Gigachian. Misha Jitoyan Geni Nonga. We mean Gayan Ejenweong Nushayak. We dop them what Gewinwa. Mishmanda. Pana Jiab Toyam the Shaganashim when Mio Tum Ebiamgak. Me, how would I say, to keep practicing. Panami
Abjetoy, Minishnabi.
Panabdek Payabjeton Nishnabe, we Nishnabemian. We Tam we biamgak no Anishinaabemowin.
I go you the king because the Katsir with Scabi not in the king square. One pure square net and look Nigan to be doing. One Peter King Nigan to Tengok. Man, the game one no chance to stop them what. Sinon dawa pia da no engokyo Anishinaabemowin. Picking and Dajakai Anishinaabemowin. Kenda na Shigwa. Kashu Shkito Sina Anishinaabemowin. Up to the one. How would you say the shameful? From Neurosha Capishiat, Piggy to go snort moment, take Kuniashak. You're going to get with Bajan down, Marie.
I just struggle when I try to go back to my language. And when I give up here, my nokmes. Shabe Mapaneo, I English here. Nidish Miraki was Koyan ma Sagi. Why does Mandawima we are Chikigadat ma Anishinaabemowin. My parents didn't use the kind ma Paneshi when Jamin Daniel Paneo in Anishinaabemowin. You Pinochia. Which was a snuffat, Virginia, Bagida'waad. The bridge of Boston. And Anoja. Anishmanda. Visit and then the care. Ministry Benjamin Daniel. Walk it, yeah. I'm just trying to find my sister here.
She might be here. Or younger or older? There's older sister.
Yeah. My older sister. Jiqueras. Sure. Bunny is in a casa. Anishinaabemowin or Kawikog. Panay say a yab, Donius, Anishinaabemowin. I covered that spouse. Just wait a minute. Panay spouse my. Wait a minute. 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Spouse. Okay. And now okay.
With Bagida'waad.
Oh yeah, with the market. I think sometimes it sounds like it's with the market. We're gonna tell something.
With the market.
With the market.
We the bear.
With the market.
I think I get all those sounds in there. I think that was my problem. I had a hearing.
Oh,
Problem. I can hear all the sounds, and you need all these sounds.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm trying to smell them. So what you? Panama human snapping or social project. That the children didn't speak the language. Ni Johnson,
Good evening.
yeah, Ni Johnson. I got maybe it's because the influence of the school, I don't know. Or the church, I don't know. Yeah, can man me on the Anishinaabemowin.
You know, you guys can no go on getting you got you. You got to get Anishinaabemowin. Can ziggy hit us no. Can you be yes, you know, be. I am on the game. You got to get Anishinaabemowin. No, I know, Chino money of my not when I get the way. Me the show. I got to get see up in the game. On it go, economic as what the name. School. Bagida'waad. Kan you know and got your new on PhD garinguk. Got you given Javang with the king. You can man in the king, we won't say what you we Anishinaabemowin. You can man of the cabinet Pangukyo. We're not gonna get go Bagida'waad, Mumpi. Can I say, you know, Nishin Gadai, don't get me wrong. Nishin Guyo, Anishinaabemowin. What are going good job in the king, Shawn the king, you went them. What are you going to wobbling the king? Can I go nass up? Ken Manyo, Evan Jabongokyo, Bagida'waad Keno. And then sister walk could not beach in Mama Cree, the Vajmont, would you Cree getting a Blackfoot Kego? Can I go you near? Kim Quest Park would have been my pump sailing in the Bombachware. Park would away on, she don't pick our fish away because we're booking Primos in the king. Park would away on you, the king. Me, the can I give him pay, in the piece all ging now. No, can I give him pay? Keep it away, but cash now, give away, we near. We could see where. Pin when I am. A quarter ounce, no cutting good pure. What is good the king? Scotland now, what in the king? Wobbling king. What again, soggy. king village is kind of in Dajikode. Kishim midwan odani CBs saging is the cutting it. Mi order me or give me go up on your Anishinaabeg. North Canada can a taken. Red Bay go back is the cutting of you and king can accomplish away book the king. I go on the king wicked seal. You're going to Ginago, get about Janaman, Mompio Manda. We've been up in the ghetto, Anishinaabeg, Mandan Dam. Kaya get see up here. Was and the king by shop, we can what. Kaya was by shop, Pio that, Pigo Yoga, Canyo. We got to quit away in Tumbatway. Batway in, or then you go to go Knomago in you, Pigolation number being one known among one Anishinaabemowin. Now, pitching voices and the hook. Mopi, we are Yasek, we department took. Now, pitching Mopi, my brothers, Mopi, my sisters, Anishinaabemowin, Mobby Glory, we had with much with. Not here, widow. Was a be as it can be bombarded out and Anishinaabemowin. Anish Mopi, Mandano and go. Not pitching neck, a quarter way walking the king. Michelle Ken Mount King. North County order taken. Michelle object of Sonia is in Gunagukio. And no we order the go Kinamanda the PHB Garanguk. No shan. Minamanda. No shan. Niche. About to na sap can never known. With the basic non money mio and tea is in cutting is in cause no shy oh no suck. But it was what you the king. But that you can't move. I wish Evan Jabon look you. I wish him come on you. Not we were and it's not been 10 on Montpio. No, I mean, we can ask for we can have money gun. People give command you the mobile that we could just Mr. Chwapi. Now, pitching would have the gas in the middle of the pitch boppy. It's on and more the active.
Yeah.
And then Kishka ni Kinomago on the Knomago comic. You be the gay or the Missy Quedmugan or Dio. I shall be Manda, Mr. Widmo, Anishinaabemowin, Mr. Gizakidashko. Will be the top of the way on the king. We'll be talking. So, cutting Madin boy. Compima Niap Scabi can people skip to you, Shagnashing that we to get me one. Much savage again. We were strong, not miss. We were to go at you. It was in Dock India. It's not them. We all in. Came my you been to Bossy Okia. Not a way go down well, not a way cook it Okia. Mr. Zegmogoin, you Zegmogoin, me one near. We could see where. Be bump saying, we're not going to start that turn by now. Only seen that casino in London, or the home done, King Jing, I mean, was I in the king? I just got the guess and see. When I go on the walk, you in the king. Pidgey did when you want the one. Yo, Mandan Anishinaabemowin. Mamikna Apaches, Gina gives and rock. You go in on our sap, as webs out and be a book and piece hugging now. kinaganang gusto kinaganang bach. No, so kita kambedeng gut mantan jibskikush. Shinad zwart manus na bek. Pigo you atap na mort pigo mon pigo inukschawat. Kai mo pigo kenzina agiabe. Mo pigi magisch ki magic angut. Which ginjangut. Mi gwet man pigo one on mort mon pigo tegen. You magin ukschanguk ya. Zeg zo ken penny mando smudge to what. Skanenguk. Kai dastige simen de gomen ngin Anish. Akzivo mapi bayangut. Manda upskanengut. Mapi ajikai krap nuzino ayoni akzwit. Mapi sage, you when I would Maya. You give us speak grass, you open a kishik cedar. I was trying you can. You was much comfy. When Peter John Namdavi, we the march being Mumpy. We was beginning with it.
You want to wear geekera? You should begin the way.
Ask it up, open. There it is. Kena kena ke kuma tenon water budget mang yang. Yo ke kuna na magiumak kijak tengat nopi. Visit to no minwa. When kena pi one much tower when kena ni ki kantok. Aishman was na American kain down the zinja. No, sure, here, going to give you the wicked. How are you today?
Oh,
What's your name?
Ari Bosho. Well, say I'll be Disney cost. When gun do them, Sagi and squinching, don't you about? I'm feeling pretty good today. It's been a very busy day. We've been expecting our great-grandchild, and he arrived around supper time, so super happy. And this week is really, really good. It turns out we're talking about family names, where we are in the family. Oh, all our relatives in the Windalganuck, my relatives. So I'm glad that this little fella, he's got his Mashomsanak, his Chedem, he's got Gusha, and he's got Jeek Quewis, is it? Jeek Quewis, an older brother, you're not much older. So yeah, there's a very good family. So that was a better part of the day. Speaking about our relatives, this time of the year, when families want to get together, the holidays, think about Christmas, kids are out of school, and we're still trying to learn the language. So on the list, the one that has the grandparents and all the names on it. So this is what we were looking at. I don't know, can you see that? Where do we put it on this camera? Put it up there? Yeah, anyway, that's what we're going over and hoping that people will be picking up on some of the words. And it has more meaning at this time of the year as we gather Christmas. So this time of the year is storytelling, and that was to be the second part of this session. So hoping to hear lots of stories. I'll tell you one real quick in English, mind you. When me and my sister Audrey, we were maybe six, 8, something like that. Anyway, we were really close. And I do believe we had it in our hearts that we wanted to learn the language. Now, my dad was the only one who could speak the language. So he'd speak some, but he'd never get any feedback from us. So we try to invent our own, and I think we got nicknamed because we were too busy with the tongue, I guess. But anyway, that's a thought from past memories when I was growing up. So language is important. Let's hear some stories.
Ani Bojo, Trisha Disneyka Sagin Donjaba, Magazi Dodam. Gee, just trying to say some of these words is like tongue twisters. But yeah, it's a good day. My grandson, my second grandson arrived, and his name is
Ruben, second,
Ruben's the second name, but Elias Ruben Alvey is his name. So it was a long wait because she went in last night, and it was a long labor, and a lot like how my second child was, stop and go kind of labor. And I can imagine that little one's going to be exactly like his auntie, because she's still like that. She's ready to go, and then she's not. So yeah, I anticipate that the same behavior will be acted out as they grow older. Just trying to remember how to say these words. Nokmis, Mishromis. This grandson that's arrived and the grandson that I had, like the older grandson, are both blessed to have great grandparents on both sides. He did have a great grandfather, but he passed on this past year. What else is there? I believe I have a picture too of the generations on his father's side of the great grandfather, grandfather, and grandfather. However that goes, there's 4 generations there, plus the grandson, right? So you can see that 5. So it was pretty amazing to witness and see. I could only imagine that's how it was way back when, before my time, of how things look like, and to witness, to see those elders still play a different role than grandparent, right? And to be watching and observing and being that guide to understanding the pathway of life, and to understand your role as a family member, as a community member, as so forth and so forth, so on. So yes, both Ron and Janet are Chi Nokmis and Mishromis. Same with my mother, she's a Chi Nokmis. So my daughter and my son that are at home, they would be uncles and aunties, and I don't have that sheet, so I can't reflect on that one. Okay. Mishman, how do you say the uncle? Shisha, yeah, Shisha, and that would be Ryan Jr. And then Nobzen. Is that how, did I say it right?
Which one? Auntie?
Auntie?
Noja.
Nogent. Nogent, it would be Bridget. So, yeah, it's a good attachment to our add-on to our family because there was only 3 children that Ryan and I had. And then having my daughter have 2 more to add into the family, it's a blessing. It's always that reminder that how our bloodlines carry on, our blood memories and everything. So I say Chimigwech, and I'm happy to be here and learning the language. I know I've always been searching for this, and now I get the opportunity to learn it. So I look forward to it, and I'm hoping that I can grasp it. I know Bridget can because she would come home speaking it, and I'd be asking, what did you say? But again, that stop happens, right? Because she would trying to get fluent in it, and because people tend to get paranoid if they hear a different language and they think people are talking about them, and that's not true. All it is people trying to grasp and hold on to their language because that's that connection to your ancestors. So to take that idea out of the society and let people speak their traditional tongue, it should be a gift and to be honored. So I say Chingwich.
Oh. Oh, I watched a movie last night. I put it on mute on Netflix. It was about a colonel that was raising his sons by himself. His wife didn't like the winter, so she moved somewhere else, I guess, to the city. Anyway, there was an Anishinaabe on there, and I could catch some words.
Yeah.
And he's saying at the end there, he goes, oh, he never speaks the English language. And those words I thought, I said, I'm going to slow it down so I can hear you speak the other. And I said, I don't know what maybe it's Cree, I don't know. Maybe it's Ojibwe, I don't know. But he speaks our language. There's some words, or I guess let's say the same words, but they mean the same, especially in the Cree language. But then, they school we had in Georgia College. He didn't have been Nene. I was named the city game trying to catch up on the anyway, he might have been beside me. Oh, he could tell. Somehow, what he says, I looked at Krishna there, but he goes, Ka, he said, green, creek, that. Everyone use the language, and it's nice to hear feedback. But I didn't. He said I didn't want to alarm you because he didn't know what he didn't look. But he could speak that language. My goodness.
Question.
Oh, yes.
There's a question in the chat in the language. And so if someone could read it, that would be wonderful.
Let me go see if I can.
Oh, you want me to say it in a...
No, there's somebody asking a question in the language.
Oh, in a language.
I'm trying to find the chat. Yeah, I'll write it down.
He said to that. I could catch some words.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay. John Suck.
John Suck. Go, gosh.
Children, need to sit.
This is a nice word. Bagida'waad. You can zien. Now what get what? Yeah, I can send it in English also. Okay. You can okay.
If you ever want to, I can allow someone to talk as well. So you can just ask me, and I can ask someone to talk that's asking a question.
Okay, today it's harder trying to read it than hearing. Would she be able to, Rachel Allen, speak it? Would she be able to come on? I get adjust from reading it, but to be able to hear it would be better.
Nahal, ginundun na?
We can hear you.
Nahal, ni Jonas sag indigo gashe? Minwa ingoding netanish na be mod ginundan, minwa gakidad. That's a really nice word. Like, magigaining ikendan zin wenish idan ilkidwin? Mieta ndo abijitunin sigijigat gawin ningina na gadwendan si wenish tajindamang. Misa gikendana wana wenish gashe tajindaman. Also,
Sorry,
not
go
a good
ahead.
learner, so if none of that made sense, I won't be offended.
No.
Wish you
You
good.
can go get it. Gashe ya geni yigachi ankai non zinyo gashe we get gakirat gikirat dodom panegani ginondan dodom kai ginon zin gashe. Mother.
We go again, Nasa, you're nicking. Dodom got mio canon man. Napi, so even watch magic mio, got it what you gashe. I should go gashe.
You can go to Gibeon gak. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, no, for father and then nose. We got you, we can money.
Dead end.
Dead end,
Yeah. Yeah.
Nos, objectonia. Pigna nam the bajik. You read more. Crawford Kisna Cosmo, dead end. Mio, Nicking, objectonia. When Ash, nos, Cosmogonia. Crawford, Mio, Scaring nos. When show nos. When show gosh again. Mio, Pin came in the bong in the king. My father, Crawford, king. One again.
Nahal mi kwe.
How?
Okay, quick. Gashe. All different ways, different meanings from it.
Yeah, not can I go? Not more Anishinaabemowin, Vinge Bartkin king. Manda, but you taught me Skok McQuare, get oak. Okay, near me, the king, pray, Nini, I got canon money on the king. When it's going to get
Okay.
Aki Qua. They were on get oak. And Skok McQuare, there's another one there. No, you only mom.
From Mother Earth, eh?
Mother Earth. But the way some of them, the way they say it here, the first part of that word means mold, moldy in a way. Gush makwek in mio, Mother Earth, mio. Kabin jibai ni na king. Mi go ne up na skabin ya. Pin na majai mi ke do atia. Sand das kidok. Mi na jmoti na king. Mi na ge ya bjita ni na king. Vishal.
Mumpy and dying dabajitun gashe. Mageni nondan noch gaye nindawi abajitun nimama gaye
Wow.
noch. Mage ningima kadendam pi Anishinaabemowin ga kidod gnajman yu kidwan gawin abajitu siwad gashe iwide shkitam ga nondan mage gego iwide gisastam Anishinaabemowin mage gawi kaningi na nagadawendam wenesh binjai yu kidwinan.
Abishan Jabayan.
O children Toronto.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mishkandaz, Mina Oda Gandadzian.
Going nin nos neashingaming mage nigigweja Anishinaabe Mowangwa Angidwa Binoji Anzigijigad Mino Anongwa Nita Anishinaabemowin mage Bebangi Geabe ne Nanda Nishinaabemo ne Neo Babunigiz ne Danis Wishme Nita Anishinaabemo Pidashnin.
Knomagawak.
Mage kiran oh gosh nin got kiddo ya.
Namama, as you know, man, Giwed nung as you Dawat way, the further north, as you man, is were they more of a French related dialect? I guess when they have the French
Parlez-vous?
Parlez-vous, no, but that's where I hear more when that's just been my experience anyway. The mama when they use that, but it could be elsewhere. That's just where I've heard that.
Ja, dat was in Londen go bezig. Waar een gig die in Anishinaabemowin. De king nee, maar je bezoek zijn ook ja. Dat na man je king gewoon is een man je king. Is een shin je king. De nish gedaan nish na bango. In a way. We go na pitchen en man je niet ouder niet. Men toen nee als ik Peggy zit dan de vorm zijn doorwagen. Anishinaabemowin. Moet ik ook niet in Sardin men proba. Nam de miang worden. Ik non de ang. Missie nee ginst walk on. Jibe de wel de bezig. Ja, niet zo de Anje. Is ja ingina. Gedam, gebruik de best car. You guys are talk too slow. Up here we talk faster, he says.
Then come okay, Rama used to sound like that when they're speaking, but they were singing.
We were in a way in your king near. Kioma very precious, he bish tango. We were in a way in your king, Majong, king bish. Organa chicken peshet tenguk. You go over any vision system in the king. Papa Jogo. Mompine, Sagging now. Akorang, and the king. In Diane. What the king, Kiwet now, what any South Rivers, the cunning good. Then good. What game pin king. Shawn and Sagging River. What the king wobbling, the game nabbing. We go, we have a Mijong, the South. Miss Noyang, and Pio Nicking. We go, isn't on money in the king. Sagging bin about my Anishinaabemowin. We were to can right away. Or ni
Chicken yoga.
chicken go there, yeah. Not can I go, can I walk up in the budget, got in king, was or the king, Georgian Bay, Ajik, or the king, Rice Lake, Ajik, or the king, St. Clair, yeah, Chicken King, Lake Erie, or the Minnesota, or the Wassoda, up to the Kirakill Mountains,
Yeah.
you know, so.
Yeah, Kansas. And Bagida'waad with a curtain ronda.
Trail of Tears, isn't cunning looking. Yeah. This week we were needing with the Bagida'waad and some of these stories. Maar basic nou, zou beneshi, cause. Optimal, je mag pokken de zo beneshi. Zag je web squat of de dingen hadden suni. Motormatige medium. Zo is het toch. Je wordt paneel zo beneshi kastje. Ken je bij zo bagom pagmode, pokken de zo. Annie, jij nu keer met elkaar zo de. Je web zien je niet ken. Dan had maar hier. We just going or they we order can contact. Kabit ko shin ma pio. Anet na join ni roz ni kana wan. Isage kabit ko shin mo one day. Zo ben she wat pak de zo den king. Nog bambi zo ben she kiko. Pak de zo de. Mi son pik bit ko shin o. Maar zo remnedo. Aho. Mon pik min man wana zik. Wana shwarat men. Mi small gim big is it. Akchukun da lamspande da. Minwen da vikda. Aho. Michigan Azinia. Cardinal. Or he mo you to give me a being going in SAGO. Yeah. Ook de zeggen van chicken. Gaming will be scoring mandom dan. You see, you meet guys at you, pops can get you. People getting on with me, the con, the king. You know, Kayashkin go. You in. It's an end. Some gamok mamik, you meet guys what. I really mobby could have she one of them. He said blue, didn't he? Jean and Mammy blue, you know, he could away. It's coming to Gaza too. Shannon done again, we go me, Stoning, ducks nick me, Winchester on Blue Jay, isn't it? Cause what I went on, you got by the Gips Cabby mobbers over, and she gets a good noisome. Op zich wel ik dan gewoon. Anishinaabemowin gaan de nikke. Op zich gaan in gooien. Je weet maar gewoon op veel is. Op veel zo in de roep de kosten. Je weet maar gooien. Kan maar je baas je op de ze een kindje kakwa. Je is op zich kan gezegd wordt gewoon ik me op nesje. Geschmack je bieden. Min going man peu obis kaman ona sian geni Aha, go the moon go. We scabi mo pio ni was wabong mawon na ni apun scabi o. Ah, ipit ko beden ko mawon was wabong. Mi go yaben ya pneshi sho. Was abne sho. Chingming yo wapag deze. Kaya shini go. No, pap nash kwan. See, kit ko shim pio wa na. Shamdero. Ashna yi kodawai mi o. Tasawai. Ah, asamin ran dance mandani. Kiddos. Oh, you get me gone. You want to get away, no, that. I know that. You see, you know, get out. You know, we had to come set now. I was up in this shit. As we in them sailed now, join the door. Up to him with pop function money. No, thanks to the guy with the. Up the book again in the mask. I'm going to give it the moon. He will be at all. Misschien maar dat kan je nog een keer zien. Op hem nou, gewoon whips kabio. Kasa op je kan je niet nemen dan. Op je kan moet ik wel bezin doen. Je boven abong hier 4:30 in the morning. Op hem moet je moet nemen. Die rechter de toren zou hebben niet. Zie je met Gaza die gewoon als op je. Mi engine kat gas yunanga so ibnish no way geo gamat ke ode kitchenend ni wabna no nam de no mato to jesus pit question finish cut mi kchem gamat ya no mono jeng manda begi ko kekedot mi wa pa so ibnish apchigna yo short version one the Keguni story, Murray.
Oh, I didn't prepare one. Story. Oh, I could talk about the winters were pretty harsh when I was growing up. There were snow drifts and blizzards, but the school was never closed because it was nearby. But we used to have an hour-long recess, and we had a nice hill to slide in, and we never had any accidents there. Nobody ever had a broken leg or anything. We always very careful. That was my school experience there. The day school, like the day school was right there. So the school was never closed, like I mentioned. Like I said, we went there all kinds of weather. Rain or shine, we went to school.
Was that the village one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was never any announcement the school is closed today. Now we went to school anyway. But the teacher during my second last year at the public school, there's an elder that used to come in to tell us stories. His name was Walter Chavades. And he used to tell us, well, he was quite old then. And he was older when he passed. I think he was over 100. But he was in a home, I guess, when he reached that milestone, 100 years. But he used to come in the afternoon after, just before dismissal, maybe half hour before. And he'd tell us the stories about when he was growing up. Like he kind of bridged that gap between like he was an elder and his growing up in Sagin. But he said he went swimming one time down at the river, Sagin River. And he said something caught him on the leg. He thought it was a a fish or something or whatever. But he said when he looked, it was a big, huge fish. I think it was a sturgeon. Anyway, he tells a story that was going around him. He thought he was going to drown, so he got a hold of the tail, the fish tail, the sturgeon tail, and he said away went that fish down to the mouth of the river. It's quite a distance there. It's about maybe 2 miles down to the mouth. Anyway, he said he was holding on, and he said this sturgeon talked to him. He said he's going to live a long, long life. And he said that's why you're over 100 now. That's why I'm over 100, because that sturgeon, that big fish, he said, told me I was going to live a long life. That's how I don't know how they communicated, but it was true. He understood what what he was trying to, what he was saying to him. And he passed on that story to us. And I thought that was, stayed in my memory till I myself witnessed a fish like that. While we're going to the matinee in Southampton. And there's 2 girls ahead of me, and I don't know, they just walked faster in there. I was kind of lagging behind. And anyway, it was a 1-lane bridge at the time. And I just stood there and just looked at the water, and then I seen this big, huge fish. Wedge itself out, and it was using its tail, its fins at the back, and it was difficult for him to move. And he looked at me, and I could see he was looking directly right in my eyes. And I remembered that story that Walter Shaughnessy told, about you're going to have a long life. And I thought, oh, I hope not. But here I am. Here I am. Anyway, he managed to get loose, and he looked at me. But you know what it was in his eyes? Love. Oh, that's what I seen in his eyes. The love in that sturgeon. I think it was a sturgeon, because I don't think there's no whales in Lake Huron. But that's in my own thinking, that's how big it was. And it managed to get loose away after it gave me the love, I could feel the love.
Oh, wow.
And away he went right out to the lake. See him again. But it stuck to my memory about the years. Like, holy cow, I want to live 100. But then I'm stuck like Walt. Yeah, that's one of my stories that I remember, and it's true, because I talk to my girls once in a while about what. It's one of the stories. That's not a story. It really happened. Experience. Yeah, and about Walter's experience. I wish I could tell it in the language. If I prepared it, maybe I could have, because I done the Lord's Prayer in the language one time. And I'm going to, I just thought I should try to say that in our own language. No snad, those words. And it was so beautiful to, because it comes from here in your heart, about the Creator. Wow. Oh, me question, rambling again. But
The jock seven more film in Look at that smile. There it is. There's a smile.
There's another question.
Oh, another question. Okay.
I'll try to read it. Bajo, my son and I are very new and are learning Ojibwe. Could you please help us understand Nukwezzigan? Nukwezzigan? Miigwech?
Oh, the wind dogging up. Is
And
it?
the wind down up.
Nookwezzigan.
No Quezagan?
Oh, no question. No question?
No
No Quezagan.
Quezagan? Ganabach mina sa ba Quenezage?
Ah.
Quenezagan?
No question. Isn't that, it's one of the, it's a medicine. Mhm.
Yeah, that was right. Skikke. Meneer, kunnen we niet op skikken?
Sure.
Ja,
One back.
wow.
She'll go and have a look.
There she goes. Closest thing I can think is no question.
De question.
No question, yeah.
Maar dan is die bij question.
Yeah, you can name them on, Kenny.
Meneer, die bij question.
Do you like question? I don't know how you say it in English.
No, I don't know how to say that in English. We got that can man die bij question. Wat ik aan denk ik niet. Kitchen, schoon demen. You know, wat is het gaan? Kitchen.
Is that forever flowers? Forget me nots?
Huh?
Forget me nots?
Yeah,
No,
no, forever
forever.
flowers.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what you call it. Keep the bad energy out and
oh, because
Positive
I've heard the
energy.
other one too. Yeah, okay. Because it's got a flower on it.
yeah, it's the
Yeah.
forever flower.
Mhm.
That's how you know that die bij question looks almost looks like sage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a flower on that. Eh?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mina,
That's it,
is je
forever
kwijt
flower. Rochelle?
No question.
Gaining kenanzin anja awigi jibige Quedwewin. Mi etigo ningi nondan no Quezagan. Mi dabishku Quenezages P jobs
Yeah.
kiki.
You can be a smudge.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that's good.
Yeah. It wasn't her, it was another fella,
Okay.
another person that asked. Mhm.
Okay. Mhm. Nou, dus geregeld. Ja, geworden.
So did he get his answer then, do you think?
Je hebt een ander.
Which got quite wet, yo. No question. Is there a name on there, Trish?
It's
No.
Tracy.
Okay, it's Tracy, yeah.
Elizabeth had a suggestion as well in the chat for what I think she was trying to suggest what Tracy might have been discussing.
Oh, okay.
So they're talking about Rochelle suggested it was the word for burning medicine, and Tracy said yes.
Oh, skikken is medicine.
Mhm. Burning medicine.
Huh?
Burning medicine.
All medicines you can
Yeah, I've
burn.
While
Like the next
Tracy's
one.
reading the dictionary while trying to listen.
I've heard that though, no question. Or something. I don't think that was a two by question.
Nee, tibia. We can even in the
Mhm,
we want to know.
mhm.
Kijk, nee, coaching warm them up. Wat zijn aan het pinje? Misschien zeggen ze wat kan bij UAC met een matter wat.
Mm.
You know, en dat bedoel ik. Maar we zijn zie, mama. Je wordt kosten dan die. Aha. Is seminar, you staying my peers go. On Piminan, next Tuesday. Nigis, need cities go. What minimina?
Yes.
Mandama, Oxford, Payang with the hope knee, and Majang got your peer. I'm not going to watch it. No,
Guam does it.
Guam does it. You in the dark, smile. I can see the teeth now.
So till next Tuesday, everybody
Huh?
stay well. And we'll figure out what we can talk about next week. It will be just after the holidays.
How was that camera tonight?
The camera was good. You guys sounded good. You guys look good. Yeah.
Or makeup?
You might want to powder your noses next time, you know. You can work on that.
Shiny. Yeah.
So until next Tuesday, guys, be well,
Huh?
stay safe, and we'll talk soon.
Oh,
Bye,
one more
Amy.
piece.
Bye.
Chi miigwech. Meanwhile, go Wabaman.